So what's up guys, this is Lorenzo. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome to the channel. If you haven't, please like and subscribe. Turn post notifications on. If you're returning to the channel, thanks for the view, it means a lot. I just got in the eBay lip splitter, whatever you want to call it, and I'm gonna throw that on and give you my thoughts about that. So it took about 4 days to get here, which is pretty good. I expected it to be a lot longer than that, and I paid probably $110 shipped. So it's made by Magic Drift. If anybody's heard of the brand Magic Drift, I never have. I'm not gonna lie. It's a polyurethane piece. It should fit on M Sport, F32 and F36 cars. I have an F36. If anybody's out there who's looking for a cheap, affordable front lip option without wanting to really spend any kind of money, you know, this could be it for you. I'll throw the link in the bio for where to purchase this if you want it, and I'll give you my review. And I got a call coming in, hang on. So
I got with my GM, and it's going to be going for 20 over. So it'll be going for 92.9.
92.9. Yeah, so that's pretty much, it's a 3LT, but it's pretty much, you know, just base model 3LT, right? I have an order for a 3LT also that it's been in the system for a year, and I'm still waiting for that thing. So
okay.
Yeah, but I don't think I want to pay 20 over for it.
I don't blame you, man.
Yeah. I appreciate it, man. So this is the piece. You can see how flimsy it is. And I'm kind of worried about it because I had when I unwrapped it a couple days ago, I had it in the closet, sitting on the wall like this, and it was actually bowed out a little bit because how flimsy it is. Once I bolt it to the car, I think it should be fine. So the bottom's like hollowed out, and I don't know how to feel about that because I mean, I think it's fine. It's just not going to be very strong, and I think this edge is going to be chewed up. Like if I scrape anything, that edge is going to be chewed up pretty quickly. As I mentioned in a previous video, I had a RW carbon front lip on there that was about $650, I think, whenever I first got it. I had it on there for like 3 years without any major issues. If you've seen the muffler delete video, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch that video after this one. It took a beating on the bottom. It was all scraped up, but it did really well. And I hit a raccoon probably about a year ago, and it pretty much ripped open half of the right front corner, so I had to take that off. And I've been running nothing for I guess a year now, which again surprises me. If you see an M Sport bumper, obviously it looks better than a factory non-M Sport bumper, but with the skirt extensions, the massive spoiler in the rear, it definitely looks out of proportion, and definitely needs something on there. And I think it's gonna be a nice little addition. It's gonna tie into the black of, you know, the blacked out kidney grills and little side blades and the window trim and whatnot, all from the factory. I think it's gonna tie in pretty decent. So I'm gonna throw that on there, and luckily it did come with probably more instructions than I expected. I really didn't know what to expect with this, but a lot of people say with eBay items in cheaper parts, you don't really have any instructions. So this is actually pretty surprising. I'm hoping that the factory mounting points are still going to be used because I still have the hardware in there. The RW carbon lip used all the same factory mounting holes, so that made it really nice. And I'm hoping this is the same way, but I don't remember the bolt layout, and I gotta get down there and look to see if it's gonna line up or not. But so there we go. I gave it a quick little sand. It doesn't feel any much different. Also just hit it with a little bit of acetone. I don't even think that was 100% necessary. I've put a bunch of stuff on with 3M, like the spoiler for example, and I'd have to sand anything or add acetone to anything. The reason why I followed all those steps is because if I'm trying to do a honest review of these products, I needed to follow the steps. That way I can't blame any failures on installation. So that's why I did what I did. Half the time of installing a piece like this is just figuring out where it goes and how it goes, because the instructions weren't really designed for this piece in particular. It was more designed for just a generic install. And so you have these 4 bolts back here, right? And so that basically means that it's going to these 4 here, I'm assuming, across the back, if you can see those. On this side is where it gets more confusing, because you have these 2 holes here, and you have this cutout, I'm assuming, for this. So I don't know what that is. I mean, I can't, that's not a screw point. Oh well, we'll just try to figure it out. So I went ahead and just pre-drilled all of the little guided holes that were indented there. That way I can just get underneath there and screw in. I don't want to take anything off the lift because it'll take me 30 minutes just to get the lift clear, to get it up there. It would be easier, but I don't want to do that. So what is up, guys? So unfortunately yesterday it got dark and I ran out of battery on the camera, so I couldn't finish filming the install video. But essentially it went on fairly easy. If I had to say honestly, the RW carbon splitter that I had on before, everything lined up better. The holes were pre-drilled up. They were closer matching to what this was. I think at the time I spent like $650 on that piece, around that, when it came out. So you'd imagine that the holes would be lined up better. But this one wasn't too bad. If that one was probably like a 3 or 4 difficulty install on a scale of 1 to 10, I feel like this one was probably, you know, maybe a 5. It was only a little bit harder than the other one just because, you know, I had to get it to line up because that one factory mounting hole didn't line up. It was a little bit off-centered. So it's on there pretty solid. If you see that there, the whole bumper's flexing, and this thing's really flexible, so that kind of might be actually a good thing if I were to ever scrape. I think if like I were to hit something, and it would probably kind of push it up instead of just taking the whole thing with it, like the carbon did with the rigidity of the carbon. So it went on pretty good. I mean, it lines up fairly nice. I don't know if you can see that. It lines up pretty good. It's pretty even all the way around, which is really nice. And like I said, it's pretty flush there as well. So you guys, $110 for this piece. I really wish I would have looked at these sooner. It was literally a year ago yesterday that I hit the raccoon and destroyed the carbon lip. And I wish I would have put this on sooner because it just makes the car look so much nicer. My car's on factory ride height, and we're looking at, again, I can't really see it, but I'm showing you where I had to do the self-tapping screws. I didn't do all of them. I didn't have enough screws, so I kind of just spread it around. Seems to be holding up pretty good. I don't think I'd be able to have put this on the right way without those self-tapping screws. When I tightened down the factory mounting hardwares, the ones that did line up, it actually did this to the lip. So the front was dropped way down, and it was like I couldn't move it up. There was a big gap. And so once I put the self-tightening screws, it brought it back up and it made it nice and flush. Again, I do have a couple strips of 3M tape in there as well, and it looks pretty good. I'm a big fan of it. overall, I highly recommend this eBay lip. It does take a little bit of work to get it fit right, but it wasn't that bad. I think knowing everything that I know now, I think I probably could put this thing on in like 35 to 40 minutes. If I had to do it to somebody else's car, do it over. So, like I said, knowing what I know now, instead of trying to figure out every little thing, I think it would be a lot easier to put on. I think this is a great piece if you are looking for something aggressive, but also with the clean looks. I think it looks really clean. And you don't want to spend that kind of money on a carbon lip, which I don't blame you. That's the reason why I haven't gotten a new one, because I don't want to spend that kind of money again on something that I probably know is not going to last another 5 years. This is a great alternative in my opinion. I think it's a really good piece. I don't know how long it's going to hold up, like I said, with the spoiler, but we'll find out and I will let you guys know. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have more planned for this. I have a lot of stuff coming in for it, so definitely stay tuned. Do I have a tune coming for this? Possibly downpipe, charge pipe, intercooler, possibly. I don't know, it sounds expensive. I'll see you guys on the next one. Hey guys, I want to quickly interrupt this video to thank our sponsor for sponsoring this video, Chick-fil-A. Actually, that's a lie. They didn't sponsor this video, but I wish they did because I love Chick-fil-A.